Imagine dedicating your entire life to something you love, pouring your heart and soul into your work, only to be ignored, rejected, and unappreciated. Imagine creating masterpieces that no one wants, being told that your passion is worthless. Would you keep going? Would you still believe in yourself? This is the story of a man who never saw success in his lifetime, a man who struggled through poverty, rejection, and mental illness, yet never stopped creating. A man whose name is now legendary, Vincent Van Gogh. Van Gogh was not born a genius. He was not celebrated as a prodigy. In fact, for most of his life, he was seen as a failure. He tried different careers, an art dealer, a teacher, a preacher, but nothing worked out. He felt lost, without direction. It wasn't until his late 20s that he found his true calling, painting. But talent alone doesn't guarantee success. His art was different, bold, emotional, too unusual for the time. Gallery after gallery rejected him. Critics mocked him. Even his own family doubted him. He lived in poverty, often choosing to buy paint instead of food. While others found stability and recognition, Van Gogh found only loneliness and struggle. He suffered from mental illness, battling depression, and episodes of instability. There were moments so dark that he even cut off his own ear. The world saw him as nothing more than a madman. But despite everything, despite the pain, the rejection, the suffering, he never stopped painting. He kept going, creating over 2,000 works of art, believing that someday someone would see the beauty in what he created. But that day never came for him. In his lifetime, Van Gogh sold only one painting, just one, and for a ridiculously low price. He died poor, believing he was a failure, but history had a different plan. After his death, the world finally saw what they had ignored for so long. His paintings, once rejected, became some of the most celebrated works of art in history. His name, once unrecognized, became legendary. Today, his paintings sell for millions. His legacy lives on, inspiring artists and dreamers around the world. Van Gogh once said, "What would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything?" And that is the lesson we must learn from him. He never saw success, but he never stopped creating. He never saw appreciation, but he never stopped believing in his art. So, what about you? Are you going to let failure define you? Are you going to let rejection stop you? Or will you keep going, keep believing and keep creating, even when no one else sees your worth? Success isn't always instant. Sometimes it takes years, sometimes it takes a lifetime, and sometimes, like Van Gogh, you may never see it. But that doesn't mean your work is meaningless. Your passion, your efforts, your struggles, they matter. You matter. If Vincent Van Gogh, a man who sold only one painting in his lifetime, can become one of the most celebrated artists in history, imagine what you can achieve if you never give up. If this story inspired you, like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Keep believing, your masterpiece is waiting to be seen.